Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Friday. It is Friday, and my daughter is still at her dad's, which means I have a little bit of time on my hands to go live. I actually wanted to show you something, but I decided to go on this way. I wanted to go on with OBS, which means I can actually play clips within my live video, but I'm not doing that now. So I might do that some other time. Hope everyone is having a wonderful time today and that you're enjoying your summer. I am enjoying my summer, the last weeks of summer here in Germany, definitely. And I'm actually almost getting ready to, it's just going to be 10 more days until I fly out to go to the States. Okay, today, as the title says, I wanted to talk about voice damage and singing. I get asked a lot of questions about that, so that's what I wanted to get into. For those of you who may not know me so well yet, my name is Freya, and I'm a professional singer and vocal coach. Been singing for decades, all my life, been on stage singing professional opera, singing professionally in bands with jazz combos, musical theater, anything and everything that I liked. And yeah, that's why I have this approach of, I always have sung in all genres, which means I approach my teaching in the same way that I believe you can sing in more than one genre and be convincing if you do it right. You just have to do it in the right style. And that's what actually that brings me to the topic of today. Yeah, just everyone say hi. Let me know that you're here and how you are doing, where you're from, all that good stuff. Just wanted to chat just a little bit. But let me just say that I get so many messages and I love hearing from you all. It's just that I can't answer everyone because I'm getting a lot of messages these days, whether it's email or Facebook messages or here, of course, comments on YouTube. That's just a lot. Hi, Dark Lord of the Universe. Welcome to the live stream today. And one of the most prevalent questions is always about something being wrong with a voice or some damage, or recently someone asked me acid reflux and he thinks that the voice got damaged by that, and I get asked all these terms that have to do with vocal damage. Hey Tala, greetings back to Switzerland. Welcome to the live stream. I'm not a medical expert, so I'm not an ears, nose, throat specialist. I know how the voice works when it comes to singing, when it's a healthy voice, what needs to normally happen. I know what can cause vocal damage, but I do not know how to repair vocal damage. I'm not a medical expert and I'm not a speech therapist. I know how to deal with, not permanent damage, but when you have strain, how to loosen up the vocal cords and how to help temporary hoarseness or raspiness. But I don't claim to give any advice ever on when you have any permanent vocal damage. So that is not, no. So no. I have silent reflux, which actually led me into developing spasmodic dysphonia. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. That is a disorder, and I don't deal with disorders. I deal with healthy voices. And if you have damage, then that's the point you need to go see a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm so not, ever since I started singing and doing proper therapy, my spasmodic dysphonia has reduced quite significantly. I'm really glad to hear that. Like, I don't even know what it is, spasmodic dysphonia. I don't know. Dysphonia is something that, like, the phonation, something is wrong with the phonation process. I know there's asymmetry of the vocal cords and just some problems with phonation itself, which, it does, of course, affect your singing, but when there is an actual damage going on, that is not my area of expertise. So just saying that as a disclaimer. So muscle tension dysphonia, I don't even know what that is. I don't know, like, everything has so many names and I don't know. I just don't know what any of that is. I'm just very blessed, I guess, to always have been very healthy, and I never had like anything. I feel sometimes when we give everything so many names that it makes me almost think like, I think I have that. So that's why I don't like to give everything names. Hi from Perth. That's nice. Oh, wow. Just a bunch of stuff popped up. Kim. Hi, Kim. Missed your other lives. Have been really sick. Sorry about not sending you the information you asked for. But, oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Why? Like, everybody seems to be sick. That's not good. I just don't like hearing that. Okay, let me just read this. I've sang for years with my throat and I've learned how to sing properly, but I'm still having a problem with tension, I guess. Yeah, you know, I did whistle register wrong and lost my voice. Oh, Vera, you're making such a great point. You know, don't that is such a great topic right here. Don't do something excessively if you feel like you aren't there yet. Does that make sense? Practicing whistle register is okay if you try it out for a couple of minutes, and then if you feel it's totally off and you're really hurting yourself, don't do it. Just there is progress when you try things out, but when you continuously do it in the wrong way, you're actually going to hurt yourself. So don't do things that you can feel are very, very uncomfortable. Just don't keep doing it. If you feel very uncomfortable in your throat, in your voice, and you feel this is going to affect your voice, don't, stop doing it. And I know it's really cool to try out things, trying out belting that high pitch that you can't quite do because your favorite singer does. And trying out that whistle register because it sounds really cool. And it would be something that would wow everyone. But I think it's dangerous. And I think you should, there's no songs that require whistle register. It's not in the sheet music or anything. It's just an ad lib and it's really cool. And also sometimes I tell my students to modify to suit their own vocal color and their skills. You have to always take everything with a grain of salt. You have a certain, amount of capabilities, or your skills are at a certain level right now. And of course, you're going to get better and you may extend your range as you keep practicing, but you always need to just feel your body and see, is that like just kind of practicing a little bit and pushing it just a little bit? Or am I way pushing beyond what I can do? And I'm actually putting way too much pressure on my vocal cords to where it's just straining me way too much. So there's just a fine line sometimes between you want to push yourself a little bit. You do definitely have to push yourself beyond your comfort zone a little bit, but it shouldn't be to where it's painful and you actually experience a decline in your voice, like getting more hoarse. It's not a good thing. Oh, Kim says, it's from my injuries, not like cold or anything, but my vocals are healthy. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that your vocals are healthy. That's good. And Terry says, hi, Freya. I sing constantly 4 to 5 hours a day and improving, but I hear that's too long. Wow, that is definitely too long. 4 to 5 hours of singing is a lot. If you do that every day, that is just a lot, really. I could probably get away with it, but not really for a long time. Not constantly singing. And I have some videos on how to sing, how to practice without actually singing out loud. There's a lot of things you can do to practice without actually having to use your voice. There's a lot of study that goes into singing. So the studying is an important part. You can study your music without singing it out loud. And also you can mark. I think I have a video, at least I know for sure I have a podcast about marking. What is marking? Very important to know. If you're someone who has to practice a lot and you do shows and you're on stage and you do, staging, you can't sing out for 8 hours while you're working with a stage director. It's not possible. So you have to learn to mark. And marking means you don't always sing full out. You octavate, go down an octave when it gets too high. You stay kind of in a very easy and gentle zone to where you don't have to be too much demanding on your, hey, Johnny, you're here. That's awesome. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing great. Okay, Sujaya, I don't know if I'm saying the name right. My voice always sounds hoarse and heavy. How can I soften it? Okay, this is really hard to answer a question like that without hearing you. Hoarse and heavy. I don't know, you may be darkening your voice to where you're not singing within your natural voice color. If you continuously darken too much and use a lot of vocal fry, like I am singing here and I'm singing too dark, I'm just kind of like lowering and darkening and pushing down my larynx, that could cause strain if you do that for a long time. So I don't know, just kind of assess, are you singing in your natural voice color? And you can find out where your natural voice color sounds by just kind of paralleling it to your singing voice. I mean, if I work on a belt high, it should feel like I'm kind of yelling out in a very controlled way. It's like, yes, hello, here I am. So this is pretty much how my singing voice should sound too. So hello, hello. It shouldn't be like, hello, wrong placement. Hello, wrong placement, not natural. Darkening, lightening it, narrowing will cause strain if you do that for a long time. So always try to find if you are in a natural placement. Awesome, Jenny, you're doing awesome. So yeah, I want to hear, how did the song contest go? Or like, didn't you go to The Voice? We wanted to go to The Voice of Germany, but we wanted to do Barcelona. How about that? I know. Like, I'm going to the States again in in 10 days from now, actually. Okay. How do I hit high pitch like Charlie Puth? Now, first of all, he's not the only singer in the world who can sing high. Plus, his voice is naturally high. Don't ever compare yourself to another singer. Just compare yourself to you and if you're making progress. So you can't always compare to another singer because they have a completely different voice, probably brighter, lighter, and so the high pitches are so much easier for him than they might be for you. When my voice feels a little hoarse, I bring a ramazzotti on stage in a big glass with ice. I tell people it's Coca-Cola. Yeah, ramazzotti is a liquor. Yeah, Johnny, I know. Yeah, we have to start doing Barcelona. So yeah, singing high pitch like Charlie Puth. Always remember, it's your voice and you are unique. Your voice is unique. Charlie Puth can't sing like you either. And so you should never try to copy a timbre or the sound of someone's voice, while you can, at the same time, you can learn a lot from a singer if they have good technique. Charlie Puth, I'm not sure. Like, I haven't listened to him that much. He's really good in singing high, and I guess he has a decent technique, but I wouldn't try to copy. I have tons of videos out there about belting, singing higher, and expanding your range. As a matter of fact, if you have not taken my 28-day Expand Your Range challenge, these videos are all on YouTube. It's 28 days. I did this in February. They're all available. It's really interesting to me. Everybody starts day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And you know what? I see that everybody doesn't watch all the videos. They just pick some. And which is cool because you have certain areas that you want to readdress and repractice. But what I notice is that a lot of people click the videos that are about the warm-ups and about like singing higher. Not a lot of people want to do the exercises that are about flexibility, transitions, or singing low. That's really funny, right? So it tells me that everybody's just always obsessed by singing higher, which of course is hard. But I think it's so important to work on your middle to low voice also as a foundation for the high. Okay. Thanks for answering my question. And by the way, in my masterclass, that is something like we talk about it ad nauseum, because that is something that really expanding your range while still staying true to your own voice and kind of learning how to know what your range is and what the zone is where you should really sing most of the time. And it's really hard to know that yourself. That's why it's really good to have someone from the outside. Oh, are you going to make a video again about how to sing a song? Well, I wanted to recently, and then it's like the setup is just a little bit more complicated. The thing is, I'm teaching in my studio down there, and when I have teaching going on, I can't set up the whole camera. I have to always take it down and put it back up, and that's why I'm kind of not lazy, but it's just kind of, it takes a longer time. Oh, ciao, Johnny. Good to see you. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit more about my masterclass, just telling you about a special deal that's coming up here soon. So stay tuned. I will announce it very soon. There's a special deal coming on because it used to be open enrollment, but I'm actually going to close registration September 11th. Why September 11th? It's not to make panic or anything, but it's not like something's going to crash. But I just happened to get back from the States on September 11th. I'm going to be gone traveling for a couple of weeks, and I'm flying back on the 10th, arriving on the 11th. Yeah, when I booked it, I didn't think about it, but then I saw it later on. I'm like, whoa, I'm flying on September 11th, but I'm not superstitious or anything, so it doesn't matter. So if you have been thinking about getting into my masterclass, the last chance this year is going to be up until September 11th. And then I'm closing registration just because I want to focus on everyone who's in there. What to practice and how much when you are sick. The best thing when you're sick is not to do anything. Rest your body, rest your voice. If you don't have to. Like if you have a really important audition or a really important concert, you're going to have to do the concert or the audition. But yeah, if you are sick and you don't really have to sing, don't. Just rest. It's the best thing. And then when you feel that you're getting better and slowly getting, to get slowly back into singing, you want to start in a very comfortable zone. Don't start with high. Start humming. And so on. Just hum a little bit. Not a lot of force. And the humming is good, and having your lips closed is good just because it really prevents you from pushing too much air through the vocal cords and staying a little bit more relaxed while having decent vocal cord closure. That's how I would start after getting sick, when you're getting back into it, and then slowly increasing intensity. And I have warm-ups about that. If you have not downloaded my warm-up, it's on my website. It's a 30-minute free audio download. You can get it by just going to masteryourvoice.tv. On the very top, there's a little bar, and that's where you can find it. You can just download it from there, because I really go over a very detailed list of how to warm up, and that applies to, after you've been sick. That's the order you should go through. And maybe you don't go all the way to the end, but you go through the first third of the exercises before you increase intensity too much. So you can download it there. By the way, I have tons of free resources on my website, masteryourvoice.tv. If you go to, downloads and resources, or courses and downloads or something like that, can't remember my own webpage. If you click on that, there's a whole page of stuff that is available. And by the way, if you have not gotten into the belting challenge, you still can do it. I'll go live later today in the Facebook group, 5 p.m. Central European time. I'll be live in my Facebook group, Master Your Voice. And you may post your videos below my live video there in the group to show me the exercises that you have done. But you have to sign up for the belting exercise on my website, masteryourvoice.tv. Scroll all the way down, and you can sign up for the belting exercises and have one video every day. Yeah. How to practice when you're sick. This is the first time the fan is really coming on my MacBook Pro. I've had it since yesterday, but this is the first time. Yeah, I'm going to sell my other laptop because I don't want it anymore. It's too heavy. So I got the 13.3-inch monitor now, like the MacBook Pro, and I'm loving it so far. It's kind of have to get used to it because I've never had a Mac. I have an iPad and an iPhone. But yeah, now I'm an Apple person now. No more questions? Sometimes it seems like the The chat function here is a little delayed sometimes. Sometimes I don't see any new comments and then, whoa, they'll shoot up. It's been 20 minutes and crazy, 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 crazy. So if you have been thinking about getting into my masterclass, talk to me. It's just I want to help everyone. I want to help you as much as possible. And the masterclass is not cheap, but the point is, how much is this worth to you? How much is it worth to you to master your voice? And it's not just your singing voice. It really, your singing and speaking voice, like really go hand in hand, I think. And I think when you can sing in front of someone, you can do almost anything. If you can sing in front of people, you could do anything. If you're confident enough and you're mastering your voice, your life will be easier just because you know how to use your voice, how to do certain sounds and how to be confident, how to have the posture to have a good voice, to have a strong voice, to project. You just come across so differently, I think. So all my students have said this benefits them in all areas of life, at work, anywhere, in their families and communication skills. It really benefits you. So my question is, like, how much is it worth to you? See there, another comment. What do you do to prepare yourself the different weather concerning your voice? Because the air is very different from one place to another. You know, I'm just very blessed to not be affected by any of that. I'm really not affected by weather too much. I may have some days where there's a little phlegm, but I drink my hot ginger tea or my warm ginger tea and don't clear my throat and just kind of hum and vibrate off junk. And that usually works pretty well. And other than that, I'm really not that susceptible to, anything happening in my voice due to weather changes or even foods or drinks. Basically, I live healthy all the time. And I don't know. It's like I don't drink alcohol, really. I don't ever drink acidy stuff. I just drink water or ginger tea or herbal tea because I like it. And I always do that. I've done it all my life. And foods, I only eat clean. I always cook. I actually never, ever go out to eat. It's not a thing in Germany so much. And we always cook here at home, healthy, home-cooked foods, never processed, never anything packaged, really. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the reason. I'm not sure, but I'm just very blessed in my life. I've never had an allergy. I've never had any reactions, except like I don't take medications ever because my body is sensitive toward that. Like if I ever had to take medication, I would take so much less than I'm being told just because my body reacts. Like it's enough for me to take a lot less than the recommended dose. And I don't even have aspirin in my house. I don't own it. If I have a headache, it's because I drank not enough water. And very, very blessed. Very blessed to not have any problems that have any effect on my voice. So I could travel. I have been on airplanes for 12 hours, landed, lived through the whole day without having slept, and then sang a concert at night. I've done that. And it didn't affect my voice. I was tired, and the next day my voice was all dark and hoarse just because of the tiredness. But I'm just very blessed. And I think it's a really good idea learning how to really be in touch with your body and listen to your body. So one more question, Galaxy Light. Last question, okay? What's your opinion okay, let's see. Let me finish Kim's and then read Galaxy Light. I do have those issues. I don't have those issues either. I was wondering if you had that problem. I know there are many singers that had that problem. I noticed too much fan would bother me. I believe it is because of the meds. Yeah. I mean, every body is different. That's why I recommend, don't listen to what anybody else tells you. Like, it's good to have recommendations of what is good for the voice and what's not, but it may be totally different for you. That's why I'm saying you just have to feel your own body. You're the only person living in your own body. You're in your own skin. Nobody else is. So that's why you need to protect it, protect your voice, but at the same time, really feel how much can I do? How much is too much? It's really, nobody can tell you because you're the only one who's feeling your own body. So, Galaxy Light, what's your opinion on music college when we already have all the resources on YouTube and courses? Here's my opinion. Knowledge is great, but just knowing something doesn't mean you can do it. And the difference between self-study and having someone actually watch you from the outside and correcting you when you're doing it wrong is huge. There's a huge difference. Having a personal mentor that you can always ask when you don't know the answers, having a teacher who watches you, who will always point out, this is the habit you're doing now, and this is not good, and this is what was great. It's invaluable. Someone who has experience, because you may get all the knowledge, it's all out there, all the knowledge in the world. I mean, why are there still universities? Because basically, you can get all the knowledge. But the difference is getting everything in a very organized and structured way with someone leading you who knows exactly what the next steps are and what makes sense. Someone who sees the big picture because they have the experience of what it takes to go from point A and to arrive at point B and what the process is. That's why I believe it's invaluable to actually have a personal mentor, teacher, whatever it is, whatever you're learning. I do this too. I have mentors nowadays, not just for singing, but also for many other areas in my life, because I may have all the knowledge, but actually talking to someone who is further along in their journey, who has been there, done that, who has the experience, who can tell me about their failures and what not to do and what works and what doesn't, that's invaluable. It's like, I'm willing to pay a lot of money to someone who has the experience, who can teach me. I'm willing to spend a lot of money to save time on the journey by following someone who actually knows, and actually in the long run, saving money, saving frustration. Who gives me back that lifetime, right? I mean, there's no value to be put on time and lifetime value. So anything that brings me closer to my goal of achieving a life that I love the most, I'm willing to pay big bucks for that. I mean, like, I don't have $100,000, but I would love to go. My life dream would actually be, recently I read the biography of Sir Richard Branson. Oh my goodness. I would love to go on one of those space flights. I think it's $250,000. That would be a life dream for me. But maybe I'll just do paragliding next year to start. It's going up in the air too. You're very welcome, Kim. Thanks for answering my question. Have a wonderful weekend and safe travels as well. Thank you very much. You have a great weekend too. And I do hope to see some of you in my masterclass. Registration does end September 11th. Good day to keep in mind. September 11th. If you don't get into the masterclass, you're going to crash. Just kidding. Okay, getting out of here today. And yeah, I would love to see you in my Facebook group, Master Your Voice. The Belting Challenge is going on today. I'll be live at 5 p.m. and answering your questions, and you may post your videos. I will see you soon. Always keep on singing. Bye.